What's going on, all my toy collectors and turtle fans out there? You know who it is. It's your boy Ox, and welcome to the Cave of Wonders. Now, earlier in the week, I told you guys that this week we're going to be focused on the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Universal Monsters by Neca Toys. And yesterday, we took a look at Raph as Frankenstein's monster. And today, we're going to be taking a look at Michelangelo as the mummy. So let's get into it. Okay, now like I said in the beginning, today we're just going to be focusing on Michelangelo. This right here is the front of the box. You can see up top it says Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Universal Monsters. You can see an image of Michelangelo right here on the front of the box. You can see right here it says Michelangelo as the mummy. Now I've already measured this box out for you guys. It's 6.5 inches long by 9 inches tall by almost 3 inches in depth. So that's how much shelf space you're going to need if you want to display this in the box or hang it up on the hook or something like that. All right, guys? Right here on the side, it just says the same thing, Michelangelo as the mummy. And on the back, just like Raph as Frankenstein, right here, you can see that really cool, like, kind of old monsters poster right here. Unbelievable turtle terror awaits. Is it dead or alive? Beware the curse of Cowabunga. You've been warned. The party dude is out of his tomb. So that's pretty cool, man. And you can see the different faces that he ends up making. That one looks really scary right there. So he must have a couple different head sculpts in here. Yep, that's pretty cool. And then you can see the other characters. And now, if you guys watched my review yesterday of Raphael as Frankenstein, you weren't even really able to see April as Bride of Frankenstein. You just seen kind of like a silhouette of her. But as you can see right here, that now they ended up putting her on the side of the box. And you can see the other characters. And then if you open it up right here in the front, you can see that display window of Mikey right here, all of his accessories and weapons and his extra head sculpt. And then a really cool image that they ended up taking of the action figure in a really cool pose right there. So let's go ahead and pop him out of the box. All right, guys? Okay, now here's Michelangelo the mummy out of the box. You can see he comes with some kind of snake accessory. He comes with 2 nunchucks. He comes with 4 extra swappable hands. He comes with an extra head in case you don't want to use that one right there. And then he comes with these 2 little pieces right here that end up hooking onto his mummy outfit. You can kind of have it like draping down off of his arms or legs or something like that. Now let's start off by taking a look at this snake right here. It's actually on a bendy wire, so you can wrap this however you want. You know, pull it all the way down, or maybe have it like wrapping around his neck or around his arm or something like that. So you can bend it in different directions. And this right here is how it looks up close. Has some kind of like V-neck design. Really good paint work right there. You can see his eyes and his mouth. Yep, that's how that snake looks. Now, out of the box, he comes with 2 kind of like open hands, basically, to where, you know, he's kind of, you know, walking like a mummy, basically. But he also has 2 gripping hands right here that you can end up putting his nunchucks in. And this is how they look. You can see that wrapping has a lot of like weathering on it. Makes it look like he's been buried in a tomb for a really long time. Even his nails are painted. If you guys were with me yesterday when we looked at Raphael's Frankenstein, you remember his nails were painted like a really dirty, like nasty, you know, making him look basically like a monster, like he's supposed to look. These right here are his 2 closed fists. In case you want to show him, like, you know, fighting or, you know, in like a fighting pose or something like that. That's those. And then these are the 2 wraps right here. Like I said, you can just have these dangling off of his arms or around his neck or anywhere to make it look like basically like the wrapping that, you know, that he's wrapped up in, basically, you know, are hanging down off of him. Now, these are his 2 nunchucks. They're both exactly the same. And these are really cool. Like I said, the fact that they're adding all this different, you know, universe monster nostalgia to these things, I think that's pretty cool that they end up making his nunchuck look like this. I don't know what these things are called, but I know there's some kind of like Egyptian, you know, Egyptian-like, you know, not weapons, but Egyptian-like symbols or something, or tools or something. So it's pretty cool that they end up using these to end up making them Mikey's nunchucks. So that's pretty cool. And it comes with 2 different pairs of these. And I'll show you what they look like in his hands, okay? And this is his extra head, in case you don't want him with the one that he ends up having on. Now, I ain't gonna lie, this looks really, really scary. Look at those teeth right there. Gosh, check them out. That's really dope, man. I really like that. And his eyes, they look all bugged out. Like his lips have been, you know, eaten away or deteriorated. So That's a pretty cool head sculpt. I'll swap this one out and put it on for you guys in a little bit, okay? Now taking a look at Mikey the Mummy. Check him out. Look at those eyes. That's pretty cool, man. Now, my guy's head's kind of loose. I don't really know why. I thought maybe it wasn't pushed on all the way, but it's kind of loose. I'm not tripping too bad. It sits the way I want it to, but it does feel really loose. I can, basically just slightly touch it and it moves around. I'm going to see if there's a difference in the head sculpt that we just looked at when I swap it out and see if maybe it's the head or maybe it's just the ball joint is just a little bit too small or something like that, when they ended up making it. But yeah, taking a look at him up close, I want to go ahead and show all the detail because he has a lot of sculpting on his belt right here. You can see like that, Egyptian eye right there. I'm not really sure what that is, like the Illuminati or something like that. And then you can see that little scarab or whatever it is on his belt right there. The blue beetle? No, just joking with y'all. But yeah, man, it's a lot of cool work, man. Gosh, look at his shell right there. You see like some kind of like eagle or whatever, all these different, Egyptian marks and stuff like that. Looks like some kind of ninja star, our Starro the Destroyer from Suicide Squad. Another ninja star right there. See like a turtle. That's really cool, man. Like I said, whoever came up with these ideas, when they decided to go ahead and reissue these, remake these old Playmates Universal Monsters toys, they did a really good job. Like I said, a lot of thought went into these. Now you could check out his eyes right there. One of them obviously looks like it's closed, making him look a lot like a mummy. I think that's pretty cool, man. You can see all the texture in his skin and everything like that. Looking down at his legs, you can see all the wrap right here. Really cool. I like the way he looks. I'm not gonna lie, I like the Raphael's Frankenstein a lot better just because I like all the different things. I do like all the different designs on his shells, but I'm not really gonna be able to see that really when I'm looking at him from the front. But other than that, he does look really cool. Let's go ahead and take a look at his articulation real quick, all right? His head does rotate back and forth. It does look up, but like I said, my head's a little bit loose. It just kind of simply wobbles really, but it does look down pretty far. His arms do come up, they do rotate around. He doesn't have any kind of bicep swivel, but his elbow does move. So not only does it bend, but it also does rotate as well. And then the same with his forearm right here. You can see that he does have double jointed elbows, but these little wraps right here around the elbow end up hindering that in order to like bend it all the way forward. But it also rotates right here at the elbow. It does rotate at the hand. His hand does go in, does go out. That way you can get him in those different kind of mummy poses. Now he doesn't have any kind of ab crunch. His body can't really rotate. I think it's due to his shell right here and then the belt that's wrapped and connected to both his front shell and his back shell. His legs do come up right there. They don't come up very far because they're hindered by his front shell. The same with his back right there. Now he does have double jointed knees, but the same with his elbows up here. You really can't bend them all the way due to these wraps right here. And they also do rotate at the kneecaps right there, both at the top and below right here. Oh, hold on. No, they don't. Excuse me, I was wrong. They don't rotate right here. I don't know why, but they do rotate up here and they do rotate way up here underneath his shell in case you guys want to go ahead and rotate them around. Now his foot does go down, it does go up, it does rock back and forth. And yeah, that's pretty much it for the articulation on this figure. But yeah, man, he does look really cool, man. I'm not gonna lie, I just really like the Frankenstein one better, I guess, just with the manhole cover and all the different, gauges and stuff that are hooked on his chest and everything like that. But this one does look cool. But out of the two that we just already looked at, I had to say that Raphael is one of my favorite ones so far, until we open up these other ones tomorrow and the next day. But yeah, man, really cool figure. Let's go ahead and show him what he looks like with the different head and with his weapons in his hand. All right, guys? Okay, now here's Michelangelo as the mummy with all his weapons and accessories in his hands. You can see right here that I have his nunchucks in each hand. I have that snake wrapped around his arm. Like I said, it's on a bendy wire, so you can have it like going up his leg or kind of wrapped around his neck. I just have it wrapped around his arm right here. And then I have them extra little wrapping pieces to his mummy outfit just sitting on his arms right there. You could put them up at the top by his shoulders or wherever you want to put them. And then I swapped his head out for that different head because if you remember, he had this head when he came out of the box. So yeah, he holds his weapons really cool. Like I said, his head is still loose, so it must have just been that ball joint. It still sits anywhere that I want it to go. It just feels really loose. I'm not really sure what's up with that, but it doesn't affect posing the figure in any kind of way. But yeah, man, take a look at him. This is a really cool figure. Like I said, I just like the Raphael one better, but this is still really cool. You know, I love the fact that they decided to redo these Universal Monster figures. Now let's bring in one of the old Playmates Universal Monsters. This right here is Raphael as the Mummy. Obviously, they ended up doing Michelangelo as the Mummy right here. It's kind of funny because yesterday when we did Raphael as Frankenstein, back in the day, the Playmates Frankenstein ended up being Michelangelo. So I think it's kind of funny they did Michelangelo the Mummy when, you know, Raphael was the Mummy back in like 1993. Now this is the old figure right here. I don't have any of his accessories and weapons because these figures get pretty expensive, but this one actually glows in the dark. Actually a bunch of those old Universal Monster Playmates figures end up glowing in the dark. But yeah, man, he does, I don't know how long he glows for, but you just hold him in front of the light, you know, and turn the lights off and he ends up glowing for a little while. Maybe I'll show you guys that in a second. But yeah, this right here is how he looks compared to the new one right here. Like I said, obviously Neca, you know, ends up trying to make these turtles look really real. They put a lot of detail and stuff like that. And Toys done came a long way back from 1993. But yeah, man, I hope you guys enjoyed this review of Michelangelo as the Mummy. Make sure you guys like and subscribe. Let me know down in the comments what you guys are excited for next. Tomorrow we're going to be taking a look at, how about Splinter as Van Helsing? How about that? All right, guys. So yeah, tomorrow we'll take a look at Splinter as Van Helsing, and I'll see you guys then. Stay cool.